We've done 23 categories. That's time for category 24, modern and groove metal. Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Belgian Jasper. If this is your first time on the channel, please subscribe right now. All right, well, we are getting very much to the end of our advent calendar, and I hope you've enjoyed the ride so far. I really hope that you've discovered a couple of albums that can blow you away when you listen to them. We are at the final category before tomorrow I will reveal my overall album of the year. And the final category is another very broad category for sure. It's modern metal, and I include everything from like a groove metal to just, a little bit more mainstream, arena style metal. And there were a ton of really cool releases that fit that bill. A lot of them not afraid at all to be a little bit more colorful. We feel some, poppy influences at times, but definitely a lot of really cool groove metal albums as well. Let's talk about my two runners-up and my album of the year for this category. My first runner-up is an album that came out all the way at the start of the year, mid-January, via Nuclear Blast Records. This is one of those more modern bands that bring a colorful mix of metalcore, groove metal sounds with poppy elements, and we've seen a ton of bands do that. Here in North America, we recently saw Eve Under Fire, Bad Wolves, they're all bringing out this kind of music. But then in Europe, in Germany specifically, we had this album, a little bit more poppy, but really finding their own unique voice on this album. It is the self-titled album by Beyond the Black. Leaving the poppy influences a little bit to the side and really adopting the groove metal sound, as popularized in the 90s by the Panteras and the Sepulturas. We've got another really cool album, this time released by Napalm Records. In this type of sound, also lots of cool albums, but if I have to pick one particular album for my final runner-up, it has to be Devil Driver with Dealing with Demons Volume 2. All that said, in October, an independent release came out that for me is the best modern metal album of the year. And, yes, it is an independent release, but it's far from an underground band that is just getting started. The album is Bleed Out by the legendary Within Temptation. Within Temptation has very little to do still with the more traditional symphonic heavy metal that made them very popular in the late 90s, early 2000s. This band has evolved over time to stay relevant, and they did a really good job at that. I wasn't a fan of every album that came out for this band, but I have to say that I really enjoyed the album that came out this year. And, kudos to a band to sound extremely relevant, after, 25 years of career. There we go. We've done the 24 categories on the advent calendar. There's only one box left to fill, which is across all genres, across all releases, the best album of the year. Check in tomorrow to find out who wins. You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.